Hello there. I'm Ori.
I am pleased to meet you. My name is Inigo.
Nice to meet you, too. I guess we are both going to be watching our friends back from now on, huh?
Yes, we are. Your kind can talk to animals, yes? Could you have a word with my fleas, please? I have asked them to take a day off, but they do not listen to me.
Are you serious? Why don't you just get a comb and some frostbite venom soap? That'll take care of your fleas in no time.
My fleas keep me company when I'm alone. They are quite funny when you get to know them. Apparently, I taste good.
Oh, really? Tell me more.
No, I do not think so. Anyway, I feel this conversation is making you hungry. Maybe we should change the subject.
Please don't take offense to this, Remy. Does Scrap have an off switch? The infernal humming is keeping me up at night.
How can you possibly say, "Don't take offense," and then say something so offensive? The humming is just him existing. Do I ask you to stop existing?
No. Could you just... I don't know. See if you can lower the noise a bit?
Fine, fine. It'll be a good test of my skills anyway. What level of noise would be agreeable to your need for restful sleep?
One where I don't wake up with my ears ringing. Remy can really work a lockpick. I doubt there's any lock that can hold her back.
What would you like to know?
I prefer to fight with one-handed weapons for the most part. I have no love for heavy armor, and thus stick to light armor. I'd consider myself a relatively proficient spellcaster. I know a handful of spells for each of the main schools of magic. I also have experience with stealth missions, so you shouldn't have to worry on that front either.
I was just about to ask Zelzaz something. Actually, I can't remember now. Damn. Anyway, you wanted something? Yes, I'm rather good at it. If you need me to, just ask. I'm alright.
Nadina makes me uncomfortable.
We can learn from ruins. It's intoxicating.
Well, that's one way to put it. You ought to see some of the ruins in the Alik'r Desert.
Ah, yes, I've read about those. Have you been? Oh, silly question. Of course you have.
Yep. And I'd say the sand is more intoxicating than the ruins. Don't go alone. Squints like you wouldn't survive a day in the blazing Alik'r.
Duly noted. Perhaps I could hire someone like you as a guide.
Well, throw in plenty of booze and I'll think about it.
So, Kaiden, if we're speaking to one another again, why don't you tell me about your warrior upbringing?
Are you actually asking? Or are you just looking for another way to insult my intelligence?
Oh, look, I think we may have gotten off on the wrong foot before. Please, I'd like to know.
Well, it was a nomadic life. Saw more of Tamriel in 10 years than most do in their lives, I think. And we slept under the stars most nights. Had a weapon put in my hand from the moment I could walk, really. I didn't have the luxury of learning anything if it wasn't key to survival. Still, wouldn't trade it for anything. Satisfied?
Sounds like an entirely different world. I'm not sure I envy you. I've always appreciated the comforts of home.
It shows.
Here's a special mix for your arrows. It stings at contact and slowly paralyzes.
I hear Bretons have a more refined taste than Nords. Enlighten me, Remy. What is your favorite dish?
Oh, well, that depends on how I'm feeling. If I want something filling, I'd probably go with a sunlight souffle. But if I'm craving something sweet, I think Colakiba ice and some sugar fritters sound divine.
Sunlight souffle. I trust that it wasn't the gourmet's version.
Oh, that famous chef, right? Back home we've always made it a little less particular, I suppose. I get the sense that the gourmet is probably not from High Rock, honestly.
I could make a better sunlight souffle than the gourmet any day. To be honest, I imagine anyone with half a sense for cooking could.
Have you tried the gourmet souffle then? I couldn't bring myself to follow the details. Didn't have an elven dagger handy for one.
I don't think the gourmet meant you needed to literally use a honed elven dagger. It was likely just an indication to use something sharp to cut the cheese.
That's silly. Why include it if it wasn't essential? When I write notes for my projects, everything in them is mandatory. Anyway, you seem to hold a poor opinion of the gourmet. Do you two have history?
We don't. It's more of a difference of opinion. I have followed his recipes, and they have always been either bland or completely revolting.
Alrighty then.
Living on an entirely meat-based diet can sometimes be difficult with these blocky teeth. So I filed mine down to be sharp, like a predator's.
Here, Zeld, take these. Emeralds remind me of you, so I've been grabbing them as I see them.
That's very sweet of you, Remy. Thank you.
Oh, there once was a hero named Inigo the Brave. He saved us all from many a close shave.
Oh, there once was a scholar named Lucian the Bright. He was slight but surprisingly good in a fight.
Ori. Is there a particular significance to that name? After Oriel, perhaps?
I haven't really thought about it. I wouldn't dare assume that my parents were pompous enough to name me after a god. They might have just liked the sound of it.
I suppose that's fair enough. The only Lucian of note that I can think of was an assassin back in the Oblivion Crisis. I always thought it sounded a bit feminine, to be honest. Not that there's anything wrong with being feminine. At all.
You're right, Lucian. Masculinity is overrated. You're much better being yourself.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Nothing. Oh no! Kaiden, your breastplate!
What? What's wrong with my breastplate?
It's dirty! You should take it off, so we can clean it.
Julian,
Yes, Indigo?
tell me something fascinating to pass the time.
Ooh, let's see. The Clockwork Apostles of Sotha-Sil like to replace body parts with machinery. I'm not sure I fancy it myself, but it's remarkable that it's possible.
That is fascinating. I do not understand how you fit so much inside your head. Many thanks. Your words are a
Immense
tasty meal
load.
for the mind.
I met one important.
It's my pleasure, Inigo.
Absolutely.
So, Julian, is there anyone special waiting for you back home?
Of course. I mean, I hope they're not actually
Rather than
waiting for me
Saul's
per
Tower,
se,
located
but I'm
in
sure my
North
parents will be
Venice.
glad to have me
That's
back
where
when
I
this is
spent
all
a lot of
over.
my time growing up.
I was not
It is
talking
located
about
on
your
the eastern
parents.
coast of Morrowind.
No?
Remains a very wealthy
Then
trading
what do you
town.
mean?
I have
I
such
meant,
fond
do you have
memories
a
of it.
partner?
I hope we can go see
Oh,
it one
I
day.
see. Well, yes, we're all partners here, aren't we? partners in crime.
And now you are being deliberately obtuse.
And you are being nosy.
Fair enough. You are a man of many mysteries, Lucien.
Hey Zell, I've been wondering something. You sometimes say things I don't understand. I assume it's Argonian?
Gel, yes. It is the language of Black Marsh natives.
Oh, that's so interesting. I've always wanted to speak to someone in another language. But Dwemeris isn't generally something that can be practiced with others. And I know a bit of Bredic, but no one speaks that anymore. Maybe I need to try learning a language that isn't dead.
You'd want to learn Gel?
What's that face? That doesn't really surprise you, does it? You speak it often enough that it's only natural, I'm curious. There's one you say a lot. Kaok?
Oh, right. I do say that a lot, don't I? Kaok is an interjection, and not a very nice one at that. I don't believe it has a Cyrodiilic equivalent.
Oh, and here I thought you were so refined and proper. You're actually going around cursing. So what about Zuth?
Yes, that has quite a similar meaning. I don't suppose you'd inquire about my choice of words when I'm not fighting something.
By Shior, Zell, I'm seeing you in a new light. How about... Oh. Zul... Hesetha... Fitikik?
Nice attempt, Remy. Solid effort. That would literally mean di-vaporous floating egg hatcher, also known as a wisp mother.
By the 8, that's lovely. What is your favorite gel word then? Teach it to me?
I'd have to think. Give me a moment. Ah, yes. Biko. That is used between Argonians. For you, Remy, I'd use Biko Gel.
Biko. That's a fun one. What's a Biko O gel then?
Biko means friend, while Biko Gel means non-gel speaking friend.
Oh, so then you are Biko.
It feels strange to hear you say that, but yes.
Lovely. Thanks for the lesson, Zell.
Inigo, will you do something for me?
You are doing that command animal thing on me, aren't you? I cannot resist.
You are very silly.